welcome back to another 30-minute runner-specific Pilates workout. Hope everyone is feeling good. If there's any injuries or niggles that don't feel right, please, as always, sit them out, pause, take more rests, whatever you need. Don't be afraid to drop back a few videos if these feel quite challenging. They have progressed as we've gone on, so don't feel disheartened. Some of these are really tough. And apart from that, you don't need anything but yourself and a mat. And we are going to start standing up with one of our usual warm-ups. So our feet hip distance apart, nice flat back, scooping the stomach muscles to the spine, shoulders down. We're thinking about that Pilates breath, so inhaling through the nose and expanding that rib cage and exhaling through the mouth. And we're literally just going to start with some nice big shoulder rolls, which I love to do, especially if you are doing this workout first thing in the morning, or maybe you are doing it after a run and just everything feels a bit tight. It's really good to just go through the body and just loosen it up, get all the clicks out the way, and really just warm the body up for the day. Good, and then change direction, bringing those shoulders right up to the ears, make them nice and round. Still thinking about our Pilates breath. So we're inhaling through the nose and exhale through the mouth and into our arm circles. Good. Take them nice and wide and round. Inhale as the arms come up and exhale as they come down, and then change direction. Nice soft knees. Really stretch and enjoy the nice slow start to the workout. Good. We're going to drop those hands down. We're going to take our roll downs. So we're going to drop that chin to the chest, rolling down the spine, one vertebrae at a time, completely relaxing the head, neck and shoulders at the bottom. Take a deep breath and then slowly rolling back up the spine, one vertebrae at a time, rolling the shoulders back. And again, drop that chin to the chest and roll. Completely relax at the bottom. And then slowly rolling back up and bring those shoulders back. And we're going to go for our last one. We're going to stay at the bottom. So rolling down. One vertebrae at a time, completely let go of the tension in the neck. Just shake the head around and then exhale, twisting over to one side. Inhale back through the center, exhale, and inhale back down, dropping the head. One more each side, and down. And drop that head down, rolling back up, one vertebrae at a time, and then just roll those shoulders back. Turning onto our side, we're going to go into our Pilates squats. So hands are going above the head, weight through our heels, and we're just sitting our bum back. So feet parallel, send the bum back, and then squeeze at the top. Good. Ignore the clicks, they happen every time. Good. Try to keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. We've got two more. And last one, we're going to hold and pulse. Again, shoulders down, scoop the stomach muscles to the spine, weight through the heels, deep breaths. Last 3, 2, 1, and coming back up. Good work. We're going to shift our weight into our right leg. We're going to just pop onto our toes on that left side, and we're just going to take a slight hinge at that hip, so we've got a nice flat back. We're just going to step that left foot back behind us. So we're really focusing on the supporting strength of that right leg for our balance, testing our ankle strength here. Good, really extend it back, squeeze this glute and back in. We're going to hold it back on this next one, and then I just want you to try lift that leg up and down. You might need to lean a little bit further forward. We're keeping this hip bone facing forward. The back is nice and flat, we've still got a slight hinge at the hip. Core nice and tight. We've got 3 more here. I want you to see if you can hold it up here. Deep breaths. Don't worry if you fall, just reset yourself. And then step that leg back in. That same leg is going to step behind us into a nice lunge. So we're going to go straight down this time, driving that knee down towards the mat, and we're just going to pulse. Core nice and tight. Breathe. Last 3, 2, 1, and step that leg back up. And now we go on to the right side. So slight hinge at the hip there. Weight is through that left side, and we're on the toe of our right foot. We step it back and in. Really extend, squeeze this glute, and down. Good. Really working on the stability through our ankles. Good. We've got 2 more here before we take our leg lifts. Last one. Hold, and then we're going to lift. Again, drawing this hip back down and down. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale back down. We've got 4 more here. Really concentrate on that balance. I like to pick a spot to stare at. We're going to hold it up. Deep breaths. Keep squeezing. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Step it back up. Take it straight down, the knee down to the mat, and then we pulse. Good. Lifting up nice and tall, driving that knee down to the floor. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. And step it back up. Good work. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. And finally, before we take it down to the mat, we're just going to go into our calf raises. So we're just going to come up through the feet and control back down. Good. And back up. Gently back down. Really get right up into the calves, warming up those feet. We've got 3 more here. Last 2. And last one. And control that down. Good work. Coming down onto the mat, we're coming straight onto our side. So we are on our forearm here. Our feet are in line with our bum and our hips are stacked. We're just going to start with some clams. So we're just going to take that knee out to the side and then control back in. Good. Breathe. Keeping the stomach muscles engaged, not letting that hip rotate round. Taking the knee out to the side and back in. Good. Exhale as we rotate. Inhale down. Really squeezing the lower abdominals and lifting up out of the shoulder. We've got 2 more here. And then we're going to add a side raise at the same time. So as we take our clam, we're going to lift up, driving the hip, and control back down. Good. So we lift up, really squeezing up through under here, and control. Good. We've got 3 more here. Last 2. Last one, we're going to hold up. I want you to take that hand behind the head, and we're just going to rotate down and back up. Good. And down. 2 more. Last one. And control everything back down. Staying with our clams, I just want you to lift the feet, and our final ones, we're just doing with our feet just off the ground, So we really get into the glute med. Breathe. Good. Last 3, 2, and last 1, and control back down. Coming down onto our side, we're going to come in a nice long straight line, hips are stacked on top, and we've got this front arm here for support if we're wobbling around. So we're going to lift that top leg, and then I just want you to float it slightly forward, and then back in line, and then further away from the body, and then back. Now if this is too much, you can do this with the underneath leg slightly bent in front. So we kick it forward, you'll get a bit more movement here, back in line, and back. Straight legs is very challenging, so definitely feel free. I'm going to stick with this option because I've got a bit more control here, and then take the leg back. Just as always, work within whatever feels like you have the most form and control for you, and some days you might be more tired than others. So don't feel disheartened if some weeks you can do it with the legs straight and some days you need to get the legs bent. Good, last one. Back in line, and then finally we're just pulsing this top leg up and down, still keeping those hips stacked on top of each other. Breathe. Last 3, 2, 1, and return that leg back in. Coming up onto our side, we're going to spin back round and go straight over onto the other side. So we're up on our forearm, we've got our feet in line with our spine, and we're just starting with our normal climb. So taking that knee up towards the side and control back down. Good. Make sure the feet are in line with the bum. Hips are stacked, and we are lifting up through the shoulder. Good. Really squeeze the core. Good. Rotate through that hip. We've got 3 more here. Last 2. And then this is when we go with our lifts. Good. Last 1. Get ready to drive up through this underneath leg and back down. Good. Really lift. We've got 2 more here. Keep breathing. The last one, we're going to hold. Take that hand behind the head and then drive the elbow down towards our other elbow. Last 2. And last 1. And control back down. Lifting the feet straight back into glute bridges and clams. Good, keeping those hips stacked on top. Keep breathing, I know it burns. We've got 3 more here, lifting up at the shoulder. Last 2. And last 1. Control back down, good work. Coming down onto our arm, like I said, you've got the option to have this underneath leg bent for a bit of support or straight if you really want to challenge yourself. But we're just going to hover this top leg, make sure those hips are stacked right on top of each other, and we're just going to kick the leg forward and then back, and then slightly further back from the body, and then back in line. Good, so forward and back, and take it behind. Keep squeezing the core. Good. And back behind the body. We've got 2 more forward, 2 more back. Keep squeezing through the core, lifting up out these obliques. Imagine you could fit something underneath this side because you're lifting up through the abdominals so much. Back through the centre, and then finally our pulses. Really lengthen the leg away from the body, squeeze this glute, deep breaths, bum is burning. Last 3, 2, 1, and return it back in. Coming straight onto our spine, I want you to hug the knees to the chest and just gently rock from side to side, and then take the legs over to the right side, stretch through those glutes, looking over the right shoulder. Take a big inhale and exhale. And then gently back through the centre and over to the other side, looking over that left shoulder. Breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And then gently back through the centre, legs into that tabletop position. Keeping the legs together, we're just going to rotate over to one side, working these obliques. Back through the centre and exhale. So the shoulders still stay on the mat, and we're just working these side abdominals. Good. We've got our hands here for a bit of support. You don't need to take the legs too far. I'm sure you'll feel it, but that hip is just coming off the mat. And then back through the centre and over. And then back to the centre. We're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders, hug around the back of the right leg and extend both legs into this scissor position. Don't worry if you've got tight hamstrings and you've got a slight bend in the leg, that is absolutely fine. And then we're just going to switch, exhale and switch. Good. Keep that back flat in the mat, scooping the stomach muscles to the spine. Breathe and lengthen the legs. Good, core really nice and tight. Take it nice and slow. On this next one, I'm going to take the hands away, palms up to the ceiling, and we lengthen. Breathe. And hug those knees to the chest. We're going to take the hands behind the head, and we're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders. Now here I want you to keep the feet together, and you're going to drop the knees out to the side in this kind of V or frog position. We're just going to take one toe tap down and back up. Good. You'll notice you feel this in your adductors, the inner thighs a bit more. Good. Keep breathing, squeezing the spine into the mat, keep those elbows right out to the side. Good. Last one. And then just hug the knees in. Just take a quick breath there. Rock from side to side if you need to. We're going to go back up into that position. So hands are going back behind the head, lifting the head, neck and shoulders. Drop those knees out to the side. We're going to bring the heels together, drive them towards the bum, and then extend the legs. So we're still rotating through the legs, the knees are out to the side. Good. Inhale as we bring them in. Exhale to extend. Get that back up flat on the mat. Inhale and exhale. We've got 3 more here. Last 2. Lengthen away from the body. Last one. And hug the knees to the chest. And just rock from side to side. Massage the lower spine. And then coming straight up into that tabletop position. We are pulsing the hands. Inhale. And exhale. Keep breathing. In 3 seconds, we're going to extend the legs for the final 15 seconds here. Extend those legs, keep that back flat on the mat. Breathe. Last 10 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Hug the knees back to the chest and just rock from side to side. Good. And then pop the feet back on the floor and the knees up to the ceiling, and the hands are going to go above the head. So as we peel up into a glute bridge, we're going to go into a single leg glute bridge. I'm going to take the arms by our side. So we're rolling up and control back down. Take it really nice and slow. Rolling up the spine, drive up through that leg, and roll back down. If this feels too much with the hands, we can just go here and back down. Good. And back up. And really roll back down the spine. But you have got the option to take the hands away, which just makes it a bit more challenging. We've got 2 more here. Press up through that supporting leg. And last one. We're going to hold it here. Extend the leg and we pulse. Drive up through that standing leg. Last 3, 2, 1. Pop that foot back down and then rolling back down the spine. Getting ready to repeat on the other side. So arms start above the head. If you are going with the option where we're taking the arms away, it is totally up to you. Peeling up through the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, and then slowly roll back down. Good. Really control the movement. Breathe and lower back down. Option without the hands. Rolling up. Exhale as we come up. Inhale. Back down. We're going to go for our last one. Take that leg up towards the ceiling and pulse. Breathe. Last 2. Pop that foot back down and then roll back down the spine. 1 vertebra at a time. And once again, just hug the knees to the chest and rock from side to side. We're going to cross the right foot over the left side and just hug that knee towards the chest to just stretch out through the glutes here. Take a big inhale and exhale. And then pop that foot back down and switch over sides. Left side crosses that right knee and then drive it up towards the bum and just hold this position here. Inhale and exhale, and then gently release that leg, pop the feet back down. Extend the legs and we're going to go into some of our roll-ups. So the hands are by the side, squeezing the lower abdominals to the spine. We're peeling the head, neck and shoulders off the face, off the floor first, rolling up the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, lifting up. Take a slight forward bend over the legs and then rolling back down the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, bringing those hands above the head. Good. We engage, exhale, rolling up the spine, squeeze, 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 lifting up out of those hips, lifting up, slight forward bend, and then back to the center. I'm just going to shuffle myself back ever so slightly. Good. So we roll back down, 1 vertebra at a time, scooping the somersaults to the spine, lifting the hands above the head, and exhale as we come up. Good, and forward fold. 2 more here. Really scoop the somersaults to the spine, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhale up. squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as we lift. And reaching over. And last one. We are going to stay laid down for this one. Bring the hands over the head and then back down, wrapping them around the body and knees to the chest, and just hug the knees to the chest and rock from side to side. We're going to take hold of the right knee, extend the left leg as we lift the head, neck and shoulders, and then just switch, pulling the knee towards the chest. Exhale as we lengthen, keeping that back flat on the mat, lifting the head, neck and shoulders. Breathe. Good, lengthening. Last one here, hug both knees in. We're going to do the double leg stretch here, so we're going to extend the legs and the arms away from the body. Exhale, and inhale to hug back in. Exhale, really keep that back flat on the mat. 2 more. Good, and last one. And relax again, hug the knees to the chest and just rock from side to side. Massage out the lower spine and just take a deep breath here. Take it back up into our 100. Lift the head, neck and shoulders off, and we are pulsing. It's our last couple of exercises here. Breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. We're going to extend the right leg and inhale back in. Exhale as we lengthen and inhale. Good. And again, exhale and inhale. Exhale the left leg and in. Last 10 seconds. We are extending both legs. Breathe. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax back down, hugging the knees to the chest, and just gently rock from side to side. Massage the lower spine. Taking hold of the backs of the legs, we're just going to rock forwards and backwards to bring ourselves to seated, crossing the legs over, lifting up out of our sit bones. Just take that left arm over. Exhale as we twist. And then back up through the center and over to the other side. Exhale. And back up and over. 1 more each side here. And last one. And then back through the center. We're just going to come onto all fours and press up into that downward dog position. So sending the bum back to the heels, back to the sky, sorry, up to the ceiling. Pedal out the feet. And then start to walk the hands back in towards the feet, dropping the head and rolling up the spine. 1 vertebrae at a time. Rolling the shoulders back. Give yourself a shake. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I will see you on another workout soon.